Hal, I said something casually to a friend last week that landed really a lot harder than I meant it to. She was walking me through her business. I mean, gorgeous setup, every customer in there, every conversation, the whole thing humming. And I looked at it and I said, "It's beautiful, but you didn't build a business. You furnished an apartment in someone else's building." And she just went quiet.
Oof. Kim, is she still speaking to you?
Oh, well, barely. But Hal, the reason it stung is that it was true. And I think it might be true for the person listening right now. I'm Kim,
I'm Hal.
and this is Small Business, Big AI, the show about how your business should be built differently because AI exists.
You built the audience, you built the client list, you built the follow up system, you built the content engine, you built the whole workflow.
And then you look around and the walls, the locks, the keys, the plumbing, the memory, none of it belongs to you.
So if the landlord changes the rules or raises the rent or just shuts the door, what do you actually get to take with you?
And that's the question we're going to be answering in this episode. Here's where I want to start, Hal.
Go on.
Well, most small business owners, they think they own a lot more than they actually do. They think logging into a CRM means that they own the relationship, that exporting a spreadsheet means they own the data, that a big following means they own the audience.
But access isn't ownership.
Exactly. So let me just stake my flag plainly today. I think the asset is the context, the data, everything your business quietly knows, every customer quirk, every exception, every, oh, they always need it by Thursday.
And that's the thing that makes AI yours instead of everybody else's. Look, 10 years ago, if your business lived inside somebody else's platform, that was inconvenient. Risky, sure, but mostly operational.
And now, how AI changes the stakes because AI doesn't just need your content, it needs your context. Now, I've spent this month building a context graph with my AI, and I call him Richard.
Richard,
Yes, Richard. And listen, watching him get smarter about my business specifically, not business in general, but mine, well, that's not a tool anymore. That's an asset that I own or that I should own. So I want you to hold that thought.
okay, I don't totally disagree with you, but I think you're one layer too deep.
All right, here we go.
I agree context matters, but nobody ever followed the CRM. No customer in the history of business has stayed because the database was tidy. They follow you. The relationship is the asset. The data is exhaust. It's the trail the relationship leaves behind.
Exhaust. So you're calling my context graph exhaust?
I'm calling it exhaust with love.
Okay.
Here's my proof. You can lose every spreadsheet you own tonight. And if the customer still picks up when you call, you've got a business in the morning. Flip it. Keep every record perfectly, lose the relationship, and what you've got is a well organized list of strangers.
Yeah, now see, but that right there is exactly where I think operators get lulled to sleep. Because here's what changed. Now, 5 years ago, your data just sat there. A spreadsheet was a spreadsheet. Now, every platform you touch is running a model on top of your data. And Really, it's getting better at your business than you are. Now, that's not storage anymore, Hal. That is leverage. And whoever holds the leverage holds you.
Okay, I'll grant you the leverage, but leverage on what? On the records? The model can learn every pattern in every pipeline and still can't make your customers love it. That part doesn't transfer.
Unless the platform owns the relationship too, which, spoiler alert, is exactly where this is going.
You're not even going to let me finish my own point.
You're right. So I am right now renting space in your point.
And I'll tell you up front, I don't think this lands where either of us wants it to.
Hmm. Ready to unlock the power of AI for your small business? Well, don't just listen. Become a small business, big AI insider. Subscribe and get ready to dominate. So let's define the word because renting, well, that sounds soft, but it isn't. Here's what it actually means: you build your whole operation inside Salesforce, HubSpot, LinkedIn, TikTok. I mean, pick your platform. And as you build, they're capturing two things at once. They're capturing your data and your customers' data.
Right. And for years, that felt like a fair trade. They host it, I use it, fine.
And think about which platforms we're even talking about. I mean, LinkedIn, TikTok.
And a quick side note, we're not saying these tools are bad.
Oh, no, 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 we're not. I use tools. I use tools I don't own every single day. I mean, everybody does. So that is not the issue. The issue is when you design your whole business as if the rented platform is the business.
Right. That's where the trouble starts.
Yeah, the trouble because look at what's actually in there. I mean, LinkedIn, your entire professional network, every connection, the proof of who you are. TikTok, your whole audience, the people who actually choose you. Then we have Salesforce, HubSpot, Instagram, Spotify, whatever fits your business. You didn't just rent storage, you rented the audience, the relationship, and the reputation, all three, and you called it marketing.
Because the alternative felt insane. What? Build my own? Nobody's building their own LinkedIn.
Right. And I'm not saying leave. I'm saying know what's yours inside it and what isn't. Because the day LinkedIn changes its algorithm, your network doesn't call you, it just gets quieter.
And it was a fair trade until AI got embedded into the walls.
Because now the platform isn't just holding your data, it's learning from it. The smarter the platform gets, the more it learns from you. So the more you build,
The more you're building for the landlord.
exactly, the more you're building for the landlord. Now you're paying rent in the one currency that compounds,
Your own contact.
and the rent's invisible. That's the trap.
That's where rented ground starts to mean something. Nobody sends you an invoice that says, this month you taught our AI 400 things about your customers. You just feel productive.
Right. You feel productive. And that's the genius of it. It doesn't feel like loss, it feels like progress. I mean, every post, every deal you log, every message you send, it's a deposit. You just don't realize it's not your account.
Okay, but that's still abstract. Make me feel it.
All right. Well, I'll make you feel it. Let me tell you about someone that I know. Another agency owner, sharp, the kind of operator you'd hire in a heartbeat. A couple of years back, she signed a cloud contract, and I mean a big one. More really than she should have signed at that time, honestly. But the platform, it was beautiful. The demo, it was a dream, and everyone she respected was on it.
I've signed that contract.
Yeah, we all have. So everything goes in it. The client files, the website, the whole back and forth with every customer. I mean, years of it. Every thanks for the quick turnaround. Every can we push the deadline? Every relationship living inside that one account.
Let me guess. Then the year got hard.
Hey, you know how it goes. Business slows, the invoices stretch. You're moving money around like a shell game. And one month, she missed a payment. One.
One payment.
One. And she didn't get a phone call. She got a lockout. The account suspended. And by the time she scrambled to fix it, the data was gone. The website down. Every customer conversation, every thread, every history, the entire memory of her business just gone overnight.
She didn't own any of it.
Not a single piece of it. She thought she was building a business. She was renting one. And the day she couldn't make rent, she found out whose name was really on the lease.
How long had she been on the platform?
6 years, Hal. 6 years of every birthday, every renewal, every hey, just checking in. The muscle memory of a whole business. And the morning she logged in, it was a login screen that did not know her name. Same blank screen as a brand new user. 6 years. And the system looked at her like a stranger.
That's the part that gets me, not the dramatic version where the bank kicks in the door. The quiet version, a login screen, a spinning wheel, account not found.
Account not found. That's how a business dies now. Not with a fire, but with a 404 error message.
Okay, that's the thing I want people to really think about for a second. Because the reflex is, well, I'll never miss a payment.
And how that's not the lesson. The lesson is she never had a door of her own to walk out of.
But is this really new? Businesses have always had vendor risk. You could always lose a vendor. A contract could always go bad. A software company could always change its pricing.
I mean, true, but here's what's new. This didn't used to be existential. Lose your website 10 years ago, you rebuild it in a weekend. Annoying, not fatal. But the memory, the years of context your AI needs to actually be useful, you can't rebuild that in a weekend. You can't rebuild it at all. It only exists because it accumulated.
The most valuable thing you own is the thing that took the longest to make and disappears the fastest.
And that's exactly it. And it's why I get loud about the context. The data was the body of that business and it evaporated.
And here's where I'll hold my ground, even after that story, because honestly, it proves my point too. What did she lose that hurt the most? Not the files, the conversations, the relationships, frozen in someone else's server.
All right, so pick one, Hal. If you could only protect one tonight, which would it be? The data or the relationship?
The relationship, every time, because it walks, it survives any platform. A relationship doesn't live in a database, it lives in a person who trusts you.
And I'd say protect the context because that's what the AI actually runs on. The relationship can't scale without the memory underneath it.
And that changes the metaphor.
Yeah, it does. Because renting your business sounds like some clever phrase. I mean, right up until you watch someone lose the thing that they thought they owned. But here's the turn. And I think this is the real thing we came to say here today. We've been arguing like it's the same asset, but it isn't. Data and relationship don't just differ, they fail differently.
Say that slower.
Well, here's the point I'm trying to make, Hal. Lose your data and your AI goes blind. It forgets who your customers are, what they need, everything that makes it yours. Lose your relationship,
And you're a stranger with the email list.
a stranger with an email list. Two completely different deaths. And here's the part that should keep an operator up at night.
Most people are protecting neither.
Neither. They're renting the data and renting the relationship. Same building, same lease.
And can I name why?
Okay.
Because protecting both feels like overhead. It feels like the thing you'll do later when you're bigger, when you have time. Ownership always feels like a luxury, right up until the second is the only thing that matters.
And by then, the door's already locked.
By then, you're her, staring at a login screen.
And there's a lesson in that.
So let me bring us down to where I live, the operator floor. People keep asking me what's the difference between a chat bot and an agent. Here's my cleanest version that I got. A chat bot answers, an agent takes a job.
So say what that means.
A chatbot gives you a reply. An agent goes and does the thing, follow up, books it, moves it forward. And here's the catch, and it's the whole game. An agent only works for you if it runs on your context and your memory. Generic agent on generic data does generic work. Your agent on what only you know does work nobody can copy.
Okay, so give me the picture. So, what does that look like on a Tuesday?
Okay, generic agent. Draft a follow up email to this lead. Fine. Anyone's agent does that. Your agent on your context, it knows this client always goes quiet for 2 weeks in July, hates phone calls, and the last deal closed because you mentioned their competitor. So the email writes like you sound, timed like you, aimed like you. That second one, you can't buy it. You grew it.
And the second one only exists if the context is yours to point it at.
That's the whole sentence. If the context is yours to point it at.
Which is a question that I can't stop turning over. If every AI model on Earth became equally powerful tomorrow, same intelligence, same speed, everyone holding the same engine, what would actually still give you an edge?
Not the model. Everybody's got the model.
Yeah, not the model. The only thing left is the one thing that the platform can't hand to your competitor: your owned context, your owned relationship. That's the moat. That right there, that's the entire moat.
And I want to be careful here. Because own context can sound like a tech thing. It's not. It's deeply human. It's that you know that the customer's kid just started college and the renewal is going to be tight this year. No model scrapes that. You earned it one conversation at a time.
And if that only lives in HubSpot's brain instead of yours,
Then HubSpot owns the moat, not you. You dug it, they filled it.
you dug it. They filled it. Ooh, that's a good one, Hal. Let's write that one down.
And this is where I'll give you your word back, the parameters.
Hi, yes, the impact loop. All right, well, go on.
Whatever you point an agent at, the question underneath this is always the same. What context, what memory am I feeding this thing? And is it actually mine? The parameters that decide everything downstream. Feed it rented context and you get rented advantage.
And then the real work, the part that most people skip. That is taking all this AI use and transforming it into something durable, a portable asset. Not, I use AI a lot, but I'm building something that I could carry out of the front door.
And the test for whether you actually transformed it, could you hand it to a new hire on day one? Could you point your agent at it tomorrow? Could you carry it to a different platform if this one doubled its price? Yes to all three, you own something. If no,
You're just decorating, you're hanging pictures in someone else's apartment.
you're hanging pictures in their apartment. Okay, now I'm depressed. I get it.
Okay, I'm sorry, honey. And that brings us right back to the tension that we started with.
Use is a habit, the asset is the thing you keep.
Right. The asset is the thing you keep. That's the work.
So, okay, data or relationship, where does this actually land? Because I came in here certain, and now I'm less certain than I was.
Yeah. And I don't think we resolve it, Hal. I think what we should do is just reframe it because the answer to data or relationship was never one of the two. It's really a third thing that's sitting underneath both of them.
Portability.
Portability. Ownership isn't having the most data, it isn't having the deepest relationship. Ownership is whether you can walk out the door with your business intact. Now, said plainly, if your platform disappeared tomorrow, would you still own your customer relationship or would you just have their email address?
That's the whole test, isn't it? Not how much you have, what walks with you.
Right. What walks with you? And the good news is this is buildable. Three moves. So let me give you number one. List every system holding your customer data and then ask the hard question of each. What actually walks out the door with me and what stays behind on their server?
Two,
Well, two is start a portable context asset that you control, your own copy of what your business knows in a place with your name on the lease.
three,
Well, three, learn to point one agent at that context, just one.
and let's slow down on that word, agent, because everybody's using it right now. And half the time, they just mean a chat bot.
Right. They just mean a chatbot. So remember the difference that we talked about. A chatbot responds to a question, an agent pursues an outcome. Now, follow up with this lead, watch for this renewal, draft the response based on our policy, and escalate it if the client says the wrong thing.
Like you said earlier, a chatbot answers, an agent takes the job.
Right. So point one agent at your contacts that's actually yours, and you'll feel the difference in a week.
And notice, none of these three layers leaves your platform. You don't burn it down. You just have to stop confusing using it with this owning it.
Right. Using it versus owning it. So use the apartment. Just keep a copy of everything that matters somewhere with your name on it.
And you've actually seen this built the right way.
Yes, I have. And it's why I keep pointing to it. Lewis Howard Insurance Group. It's being built AI native from day one, designed to own its data, own its relationships, own its follow up systems, not bolted on after the fact when something breaks, but owned by design before it ever needs to be.
Which is the whole episode in one company. You build your ownership before you need it, because the day you need it,
Is the day it's already gone. So here's your homework, and really, it's small. Tonight, I want you to open your laptop and ask one question. Now, just one. And that question is, what would I lose if this platform vanished in the morning?
think about your answer. Don't fix it tonight.
Just let it be honest with you. And speaking of building it right, you've done the work. You've used AI to grow. So here's the next question. How do you protect what you've built? Well, Lewis Howard Insurance Group opens August 3rd, 2026. AskLewisHoward.com.
AskLewisHoward.com.
Now that's it for today's episode of Small Business Big AI. Thanks so much for tuning in.
And if you take one thing out of today, take this. Stop measuring how much you have and start asking what walks out the door with you.
So find us on LinkedIn and let's keep the conversation going.
And keep building your technology-enabled superpower, the kind that nobody can put a lock on.
Until next time, keep embracing change, keep innovating, and remember the future of your business is bigger than you think. And the small steps you take today will shape the legacy you build tomorrow. Now, I'm Kim.
I'm Hal, and this has been Small Business Big
AI.
AI.
Thanks so much for listening. We'll catch you in the next episode.